Sanjay ji, what about the heat? Is the heat an X factor? And I bring this up because, I started my journey from Kanyakumari. I drove through the southern states and I'm right now live from Maharashtra. And itni garmi hai, I know you were also in Mumbai recently. Itni garmi hai that I can see, forget everything else. People will just say, yaar, chodo. कौन निकलेगा इस गर्मी में? Is the heat turning out to be an X factor?
In my opinion, it's not the weather heat which is making an impact, but it is the political heat which may have made an impact on the turnout. And why do I say that? It is important to look at the turnout constituency-wise constituency. If you look at Rajasthan and look at the constituencies which have witnessed slightly higher turnout compared to 2019, or even if there is a dip, there is a marginal dip compared to 2019. And which are these constituencies? At least going by the perception, if you look at these constituencies have witnessed a close contest between the Congress and the BJP. You name Barmer, you name Kota, and there are a large number of such constituencies. The perception is that these are the constituencies which has witnessed a very keen contest between BJP and Congress. So the nature of contest, and I should also mention, look at West Bengal, Phase 1, the turnout in all the constituencies was higher compared to the previous election. Second phase, marginally low. Bihar, the turnout is very low. But look at the turnout in Purnia constituency. And we know that in Purnia, it is Pappu Yadav who is contesting as an independent. So you get shades, I get some kind of a sense that the nature of political contest is one of the overarching factor which has resulted in a low turnout or a high turnout. If in a constituency, the perception got created that ye to jeet hi rahe hain, there is no contest, maybe the turnout has gone down. That's the overall. If you talk about the temperature, I would refer it to the political temperature, not the weather temperature.
How do you see both campaigns stack up at the end of two phases? The Prime Minister has written a letter to all candidates ahead of phase 3. And he has said that this is not an ordinary election. I was struck by why the Prime Minister felt the need to say that. The opposition, of course, is saying the BJP is nervous. The BJP is saying that it never takes chances. The other thing that's happened is that the Prime Minister is doubling down on the Muslim quota issue and coupling it with the inheritance tax. Why do you think the BJP has made this pivot, and how do you think it's being received on the ground?
I'm not sure how it is being received on the ground at this moment, but one thing is very clear, that if you go by the first two phases of election, what is the perception? I think the perception has got created that BJP is not as confident as it was 2 months ago. So a perception has got created that Congress and the opposition is putting up a strong challenge against the BJP. BJP is on a slightly defensive wicket. So I think the general perception is that the election is not as one-sided as it looked like 2 months ago. There is a contest going on in different constituency. This may damage or this may hurt the BJP in some constituency. And I think such a letter Prime Minister has written to all the candidates only to enthuse the party workers, only to send out a message to the candidates, work hard. And also, BJP doesn't want to take any chances. I would not overread this letter as BJP has a fear of losing election. Yes, BJP doesn't want to take any chances. So such letter, such rhetoric in the election speeches are all instrument of mobilizing voters in your favor.
I know that this might be an unfair question, but is there, before the campaign started, it was assumed by political analysts, journalists that Modi's third term was almost a given. जितना almost इसलिए बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि हम सब almost कहते हैं हमारी training है, but it was almost a given. Is there anything after two phases that makes you put a question mark on that, or are we really talking about margins? Because we have to remember that at 303, which was the BJP's number last time, the BJP can afford to lose some seats and still comfortably ride home to power. Has something fundamentally shifted when you say that the perception is being created that the opposition is putting up a good spirited fight?
The whole question is who are these we? You said, are we looking at a situation where BJP can slip below the majority mark? The big question is who are these we? And this we, there are sections of voters in this country who would belong to this section we, who believe that Prime Minister Modi is in trouble, BJP is in a trouble, and there are chances of BJP slipping below the majority mark. But I think at the same time, there is a much bigger section of we who believe that yes, BJP's seats may come down. BJP doesn't seem as confident as it was, maybe a couple of months ago. But whatever may come, BJP is coming back to power. BJP is getting a majority on its own. Worst come worst, BJP NDA will definitely get a majority. So my own sense is that the bigger narrative is that whatever may happen, but BJP is going to come back to power. The majority may go down, the numbers may go down. So that's the shared belief even among those who think that things seems to have changed on the ground.